When you picture a successful person, what do you see? A luxury car, a large house, designer clothes, exotic vacations. For most people, success looks expensive. But here's the strange truth. Many people who look wealthy aren't. And many people who are actually wealthy don't look like it at all. So why does success appear so expensive? Stay with me, because the answer has less to do with money and more to do with how the human brain interprets status. Appearance is not the same as wealth. Imagine you're scrolling through social media late at night. You see someone you know. They just posted a picture next to a brand new luxury car. Thousands of likes. Comments like, "Goals, living the dream, hard work paying off." A few posts later, someone else shares photos from a 5-star resort, private beach, luxury pool, perfect sunset. Another comment section full of admiration. After a few minutes of scrolling, something changes in your mind. Your apartment suddenly feels smaller. Your car feels older. Your life feels behind. Nothing about your situation actually changed, but your perception did. This moment is subtle, but powerful, because your brain just experienced status comparison. Comparison rewrites perception. To understand this reaction, we need to look at how the human brain evolved. Humans are deeply social creatures. For thousands of years, survival depended on your position within a group. Higher status meant better access to resources, better protection, more opportunities. Your brain evolved to constantly track where you stand socially. Psychologists call this process social comparison. Your mind automatically scans the environment, asking questions like, am I ahead? Am I behind? Am I equal? This process happens constantly, and most of the time, you don't even notice it. Your brain constantly measures status. But modern life has amplified this instinct dramatically because we no longer compare ourselves only with people in our immediate community. We compare ourselves with millions of people online. And what we see online isn't reality. It's curation, highlights, moments carefully selected to show success. Your brain doesn't always recognize this difference. It processes those signals as real indicators of status, which means your brain begins to associate expensive lifestyles with success. Exposure creates expectations. Let's explore what this looks like in real life. Imagine two individuals. Person A earns $70,000 per year. They lease a luxury car, live in a high-end apartment, wear designer clothes, travel frequently. From the outside, they appear very successful, but behind the scenes, most of their income goes toward maintaining that lifestyle. Little is saved, debt slowly grows, their wealth is fragile. Now consider person B. They earn the same $70,000, but their lifestyle looks very different. Modest apartment, reliable but inexpensive car, few visible luxury items. But behind the scenes, they invest consistently, build savings, reduce debt. Over time, their net worth grows significantly. To the outside world, person A looks richer, but in reality, person B is wealthier. This is the illusion of visible success. Visible success is often financed. Here's where the psychology becomes even more interesting. Humans don't just pursue wealth, they pursue signals of wealth. Signals are visible indicators that communicate status. Luxury watches, designer brands, sports cars, exclusive experiences. These items send a message, I'm doing well. And because humans care deeply about social signals, these items can become powerful motivators. Status signals drive spending. But here's the catch. Signals can be purchased. Wealth usually cannot. Credit systems make status signals accessible. Auto loans, credit cards, buy now, pay later plans. These tools allow people to project a lifestyle they haven't financially built. And when many people do this at the same time, it creates a powerful illusion. Everyone appears richer than they really are. Debt can imitate wealth. This illusion creates social pressure. If everyone around you appears successful, your brain interprets that as the normal standard, which means anything below that standard begins to feel inadequate, even if your life is perfectly stable. This psychological pressure pushes people toward lifestyle inflation, upgrading homes, cars, clothes, experiences, not necessarily because they need them, but because they want to match the perceived level of success around them. Pressure creates spending. Now add another powerful ingredient: dopamine. When people anticipate social approval, the brain releases dopamine. Likes, compliments, attention, recognition. These signals reinforce the behavior. Your brain learns expensive purchase, social validation, dopamine reward, and behaviors that trigger dopamine tend to repeat. Validation reinforces consumption. Over time, this creates a cycle. You see status signals, you feel pressure, you make a purchase, you receive validation, the feeling fades, then the cycle starts again. But behind the scenes, the financial consequences accumulate. Temporary approval, long-term expense. Here's the realization that changes everything. Real wealth is often invisible. Savings accounts, investments, assets, financial independence. These things rarely produce visible signals. They don't generate likes on social media. They don't attract attention. But they create something far more valuable: freedom. The ability to make decisions without financial pressure. The ability to choose time over money. The ability to live without constant stress. Wealth grows quietly. When you understand this, the definition of success begins to shift. Success is no longer about how impressive your life looks. It's about how secure your future becomes. Visible success often demands constant spending. Invisible success builds long-term stability. And the people who truly achieve financial freedom often look surprisingly ordinary. Ordinary lifestyles can hide extraordinary wealth. Escaping the illusion of expensive success requires intentional awareness. Here are 5 practical steps. 1. Separate status from value. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, does this improve my life or just my image? This question reveals the real motivation behind many spending decisions. Awareness changes behavior. 2. Redefine your metrics of success. Instead of measuring success through lifestyle upgrades, measure it through financial stability, net worth, savings rate, investment growth. These metrics reflect real progress. 3. Limit comparison triggers. Constant exposure to curated lifestyles fuels unnecessary spending. Reducing comparison inputs can dramatically change how you evaluate your own life. Protect your mental environment. 4. Delay lifestyle upgrades. Many expensive purchases feel urgent in the moment. Give them time. Delay major lifestyle changes. The brain often reevaluates once the emotional pressure fades. 5. Build identity around discipline. Instead of identifying with consumption, identify with control. The quiet investor, the patient builder, the person focused on long-term freedom. This identity shift changes how the brain approaches money. Discipline builds freedom. Success looks expensive because visible signals capture attention, but attention and wealth are not the same thing. Real financial strength often develops quietly, through small decisions repeated consistently. Saving, investing, avoiding unnecessary debt, choosing stability over appearance. The people who master this approach rarely look extraordinary in the short term, but over decades, their quiet discipline creates something powerful: financial freedom. Real success is rarely flashy. But visible success isn't the only psychological force shaping how people spend money. There's another powerful factor hiding beneath many financial decisions: stress. Because when stress levels rise, the brain begins prioritizing short-term relief over long-term stability, and that's where cortisol enters the picture. In the next video, we'll explore the biological link between stress and financial decisions, and why high-stress environments often lead to lower net worth. PrimeClear Hub, Wealth and Wisdom Simplified. Control your brain, control your money.